Let's figure out which catcher's mitt break-in is actually the best. We have the pitching machine on. Let's get behind home plate and just catch the ball. The Wilson A2000 M1D is going to represent our box break-in. This glove is 33.5 inches, and a box break-in has 2 hinges. When it comes to catching, the ball has a little bit more room inside the glove, and it's because the ridges on the outside of the glove are actually emphasized by curling them in. Plus, with most box break-ins, you try to keep the top of the web really tight by pulling on these strings here. For the flat style break-in, we have this All-Star Pro Elite. This is also 33.5 inches. Now, a flat style break-in has just one single hinge. Typically, the pocket is a lot smaller on a one hinge break-in, but if you break it in correctly, you will have less stingers on your actual hand. This is just one style of Japanese break-in, but I personally love it. This here is a buckler phalanx. It is a 34.5 inch glove, and as you can tell, it's pretty dang huge. And similar to the box break-in, we are really emphasizing the ridges on this glove, especially this point up here where it looks a little bit crazy. And the most obvious thing is this crazy loose web. I personally love the way it looks. Don't necessarily know if it actually helps you in the game though. All right, we're starting with the box break-in here, and realistically, what we're looking for, that almost shot out, is pros and cons of each glove, not necessarily like which one is the best, because you need to just know what's good, what's bad, so that you can decide what you want to do. So with a box break-in, there's just a ton of room for the ball. Like, check this one out here. See where I caught it? I didn't catch it up here like in the web necessarily. It's just right behind my index finger, and it just absolutely swallows it. Extremely comfortable. That's like my biggest takeaway right now. A ton of comfort in this glove. Now, I just want to be clear that the reason we're using the M1D for a box break-in is because it like works perfect for it. This glove like naturally leans towards the box break-in rather than the flat. Really, you could probably do flat if you want to, but like I said, leans towards box. Holy, that moved a lot. There's not a whole lot of cons to this glove, but there is one argument you could make. So let me grab our All-Star. Look at how much more room there is for the actual ball in the M1D here, our box break-in, compared to the flat. That's great right now because this glove is new, but as I use this more and more and more, this is gonna stretch further back. It's gonna loosen up, to the point where I'm gonna set this down and say, I need a new glove. The All-Star, on the other hand, is gonna just get used and used and used. It's gonna loosen up, stretch back just a little bit over time. This is slightly confusing, but by the time this gets super used, it's gonna feel more like the way this feels right now. Side note, you guys, I'm actually wearing this glove 2 in the ring finger. Thank you for catching made simple. You're actually the first person that made me really consider it. We've all heard of like 2 in the pinky, but this is 2 in the ring finger. So what this is gonna do is take your finger away from where you catch the ball. Plus on top of that, you have a little bit more stability, because if you go 2 in the pinky down here and you get a ball hit up here, it will really sling it back because you have like nothing on this side of the glove. So it keeps a little bit of stability while also kind of getting rid of that sting, a little bit of a deeper pocket. If you want to go a little bit of like half one hinge, half box break-in, or try to do a box break-in with an All-Star, I recommend going 2 in the ring finger. That felt good. What I'm noticing is where you actually catch the ball on this glove feels quite a bit different. Like my fingers feel like they're way to the side compared to the M1D, where it feels like my hand is like behind where I catch the ball. With that being said, I have a lot less feel for the ball, so I don't necessarily like that. This glove has a smaller pocket, and when I miss it, I actually really don't like it. My point was that when you catch the ball over here, like if it does hit the web, let's say, because I'm all the way over here, there's like a ton of like whip action. It almost wants to take the glove off my hand. Plus, it can destroy your thumb from like that whiplash. With that being said, when you hit, holy night, I almost went to block the ball. So far though, a perfect catch with this thing feels better than anything else. That's like a perfect example. Side note, the All-Star leather definitely feels like it's outperforming the A2000 leather. Pros, I'm leaning towards this glove for longevity, but that's only if you're taking care of it. Cons, I actually did not like wearing this glove just traditional, the way you're supposed to. With that being said, switching over to 2 in the ring, really liked it. I have a feeling the reason I like 2 in the ring though is because it feels slightly more similar to a box break-in, kind of like our M1D. Also, another con, when you do hit the web up here, even if you're wearing it traditional, there's a lot more sling back than our box break-in. Once again, the box break-in, you kind of keep your hand behind the ball more than you do with the flat. All right, now this is one of my favorite gloves in my collection just because it's kind of wacky, but here we go. Japanese style Mitch. Mitch? Who's Mitch? Oh, daddy. Oh, look at that. That is all web right there. All right, this is easily the most comfortable glove. This thing feels so like good. It's very fun to play catch with. Now I want to think realistically though. What are the pros and cons of this thing? All right, one con that I'll say for sure, these are typically going to be really big. Therefore, they're going to be a bit heavier, okay? 34.5 inches, I would say that that would be kind of normal for this Japanese style. All these crazy laces though, that's not necessarily totally normal. These things are just crazy long. I asked them to make it long and they just went above and beyond. There's just a tremendous amount of space in this glove here. I will say, even when I do hit that web, and I don't know if it's because of this loose web, I'm not getting those ones that just want to like destroy my thumb. The other day I was using this and a ball hit the actual thumb. And when it hit the actual thumb, it destroyed my thumb. It hurt more than anything I've ever had with these other gloves. So that probably is a small negative, but it might have been a coincidence. It might have been this glove. I'm not so sure. I do wish this leather were a little bit tougher. You can actually see there's some tearing going on like in the leather here. Really kind of disappointed in the phalanx leather with longevity. I really, really love the way this stuff feels, but it's slightly too soft. It's like really, really good stuff for just like your average high school athlete. The first and most obvious pro is actually just size. Like the glove is huge, so you're gonna kind of catch anything. That's also gonna help with blocking the ball. But that leads us straight to the con of the glove is a little bit heavy. When it comes to the actual race between these three gloves, I'm gonna have to exclude this one for now because the leather on here is just a little bit too soft. If I had a better glove with this Japanese style, it would continue to stay in the race, but for now, it definitely sticks out that these two are just better. The ultimate question is, what do I prefer? What am I gonna walk away with right now? All right, I think I know my answer, but let's take some with the All-Star. I just love it. Oh my gosh. If I had to go play a game right now, I'm probably walking out with the Wilson A2000 because it feels best right now here in this moment. If I'm gonna pick a gamer for next season that I'm gonna be breaking in right now, I'm going with the All-Star. This glove is definitely harder to break in, but with that being said, I know the end product is gonna be much better. I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna be doing like a hybrid box/flat where I'm going two in the ring finger here and kind of emphasizing a little bit of these curves. Just to be clear, I probably put like twice as much work into the All-Star than that A2000. This just takes a lot of work. There we go. That's one to end on.